had some great experiences with Housing and Food Services as far as bringing life to the University of Oklahoma campus. And if you think about it, it's where our students live 24/7, and anytime that we've had an opportunity to partner with Housing and Food Services, they bring the life to whatever it is that we're doing.
So we are very thankful to have such great partners with Housing and Food Services because not only are we able to show a wonderful handoff from the recruitment side of things to the OU family and where students are going to live and study and eat and sleep, but then also the programming that goes on. So it's such a nice transition from I'm nervous about where I'm going to be next year to okay, this is where I'm going to be.
OU Housing and Food Services workers, we know they work long hours and do so much for the university, and I just want to say thank you first and foremost. But mainly I would say, you're making a difference.
Simply put, we cannot do our job without the folks at Housing and Food Services. Our main goal is to provide safety and security to the campus, and you all are an integral part in helping us reach that goal. Our CSOs work with your RAs and your staff on a daily basis to achieve success and making sure that our campus is safe, and we cannot do it without you.
You just wouldn't have an athletics event without popcorn and drinks and all the concession stands and the staff that are there helping out every day. So they definitely bring life to campus, because could you imagine going to a sporting event without having some popcorn or some drinks? I mean, it's just part of it. It's a ritual in a way. So they give life to that every single day.
When you think about everything that Housing and Food does to make a difference on campus, they are truly building this campus community in conjunction with everyone else. People have a tendency to come together over food. In our regard, fitness and rec, people are coming together over food and sport because we have a good time, and you have to be able to fuel that. You have to be able to fuel those activities. So it's building that campus community, but it's also providing a way for people to nourish themselves and to be the best that they possibly can be.
I don't think students realize on the day of the big event how much work goes into that little sandwich that they're eating. But there is so much work and so much love and appreciation. And I just think about Housing and Food as part of our family, as part of what makes OU OU.
And one of the things that just strikes me so much is whenever our students walk into Couch when we're sitting there as a team and we see their faces light up and we see how the staff at these restaurants talk to people who aren't even students yet, or parents, or even our current students, and to see that difference that that somebody can make in one of these students' days. How many of our students are choosing to come to the University of Oklahoma because they had a good experience here? I think probably a lot of them, and that experience can happen in any sense of their visit. But I think that that Housing and Food Services touches that student in so many different capacities whenever they're visiting, that I think it's such a integral part of the student choosing the University of Oklahoma, and when they're here, choosing to be happy and choosing to love the school that they've chosen.
In December of this year, HSC lost one of our students tragically, and while we waited for the family to arrive to the hospital, I reached out for some trays from Food Services, and we delivered 3 beautiful trays for the family. And while we lost our student, I recently received a note from the mom, and she was expressing her gratitude. And one of the lines was that she wouldn't have eaten if it hadn't been for the trays we delivered. And she referred to it as a tender mercy in her grief in this horrific experience. So to know that you're a part of bringing joy in someone's worst nightmare, you've made the difference.
I want you to know that we appreciate your service, that you do make a difference. You are seen, whether it's serving iced tea on the back porch of Boyd House, or serving up burgers at the Arbor Day celebration. You're always in the public eye, and you're always there to support the university as a community and the city of Norman and Oklahoma.
The residence life staff, and that includes our RAs and our RDs and our center coordinators, they really are life coaches, they're counselors, they're financial planners, and sometimes they're even matchmakers. Our Res Life staff members really have a profound impact on the lives of OU students. And food, well, everything's better with great food, isn't it? Tragedies become less tragic, problems become manageable, conflicts can be resolved all over a good meal.
Housing and food employees are the difference. They make a difference. And when you get right down to the core services that are offered on this campus, we are the staff in Housing and Food Services that never rests. And so whether it's severe weather, snow, ice, whether it's feeding thousands of people at an event, whatever it may be, Housing and Food employees are the ones that make that happen.
Gosh, they've made such a big difference, I think, in my life, my family's lives, but in the lives of the OU students as well. I've seen people in Housing and Food Services, help out over the summer, right? So like during the May 20th tornadoes, I've never seen a group of people who worked so hard and cared so much, right, for the people of Moore. They were so open and so generous with people. It's really amazing, yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of our heart. You make my job easier. You help so many students so that they can continue to stay on campus and be productive members of our campus and achieve their dreams. And from the small things, again, to the big things, you are always willing to go the extra mile to make a great experience for our students.
Housing and Food has a hand in everything that we do, and I think that's what I'm really thankful for, is that they're always willing to help us whenever we need it, and it's as simple as asking, and I think it makes our jobs a lot easier for our students.
I couldn't think of a better group to work with in our Housing and Food staff, and I always love it. It's always a joy and pleasure when I have the opportunity to work with them.
Thank you, Housing and Food Services.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You are the difference.
You are the difference.
You are the difference.
You are the difference.